he's going to get more involved in making growing Busted Open, the show that he is such a large part of as well.
Yep.
They're looking to expand, and it's a great show and great people that run it. And I think Mark is going to be out there trying to expand the program.
All right, let's see. Mark Henry, somebody else in AEW that is in the news. Mark Henry has decided to not renew his contract with AEW, but he affirms that he is still into the wrestling world. He's just kind of taking a step back and doing some other things. And I would imagine that would also include probably his son, who has become very active in sports. Teddy, isn't Jacob like in all kinds of sports right now? Like he's in football, he's in discus throwing. I mean, he's an all-around sport.
Well, and that's the thing I think Mark is wanting to do too. I think he wanted to be right there with his son, be by his side, because he really, but now there's two people that really certainly love each other. I watched Jacob grow right up with him, man, and Mark has always been a great dad, been right there for him at every one of his appearances, games or whatever. When Mark couldn't make it, he was always there if he wasn't on the road. But right now, he's really got a good time, so he's able to be with him at these events. So I don't blame Mark, man. Enjoy the rest of your life. Get with Jacob, man, and just sit down and have a great time.
Bill, keep in mind that they barely used Mark Henry. It's time for the main event. They barely used him at all.
Well, I don't think he went there to wrestle at all, Bill. I think he went there to
I know that. I know that. Yeah. But they could have used him more on camera as one of the backstage interviewers, etc.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't. And I also think that he's going to get more involved in making growing Busted Open, the show that he is such a large part of as well. Yep. They're looking to expand, and it's a great show and great people that run it. And I think Mark is going to be out there trying to expand the program.
Well, good for Mark, man. Congratulations to him, whatever he does.
All right, so let's talk about MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman has returned back to AEW, and it couldn't be soon enough because when he came out and cut a promo the other night, it was absolutely fire. And this show has been needing him back for a while because there's something so authentic about MJF that people know it. They know he's one of a kind. He's not pretending to be. He's just that damn good. That's all I know how to say. He's one of a kind. He's one of few that ever come along, and AEW is very lucky that he has re-signed now. He has said he is not going to WWE, not now. He is going to stick right now with AEW and continue to raise hell there.
He's
Bill,
got a
did you have a chance to see him?
He's got a tattoo now on his body with AEW on it, just to prove that he's AEW for life. Yes, he came out. A lot of people are saying they should have done that on TV, on their Wednesday night TV a few days before the pay-per-view, because not as many people probably watch the pay-per-view as they do their regular TV. But they need his energy back again. They don't need the F-bombs, but he had to use them anyway. But yeah, he went completely crazy. He looked different. He mentioned that he's not Vince McMahon's pick. He's not New Japan's pick. He's strictly AEW, and that he's glad to be back. But now the big question is, what do they do with him? Do you put him against Swerve Strickland for the title? Does that mean anything? Who do you put him with at this point?
Well, since you brought up Swerve Strickland, Teddy, here's something that's very frustrating to me in AEW. Who is the champion in AEW? Your world champion is, and most people couldn't tell you if you watched their programming so far. He is being buried in the show. He is your world heavyweight champion. Swerve should be on the beginning of your show. He should be the focus of your show, especially if he is your champion and the face of your company. Do something with Swerve. Don't waste his talent, because you have done that with so many other freaking people. Teddy, it's frustrating. I know you've seen it. I know you've seen some of these clips. It's just damn frustrating.
Brother, I ain't seen none of them clips, and I don't want to see any of those clips.
There's not a lot of them. The thing is, do you put MJF against him in the title picture right away. What do you do with MJF?
Of course they're going to do that. Okay, of course they're going to do that. Nothing against MJF. I love him. He's a great guy. He's one of the few guys that got this thing. It's called wrestling, and he knows how to wrestle. Plus, he's an entertainer. No. That's good for him. He don't need no manager. He don't need no mouthpiece. He can do it all for himself, and that's absolutely great. And if I was going to put it on anybody, MJF would certainly be the guy because he could carry it. But if you're going to put Swerve, if you crown your guy your champion, you got to give him TV time. You know what I mean? You got to put him out there, let him beat some people or something. Let him, get some credibility. Like I said, man, it's just sad.
Yeah, because to me, when he won that championship, he ended up going out on Dynamite, the very following Dynamite, and was not on the beginning of the program. They didn't even address the fact that he had won it until after they had this big deal with their female champion winning, and then they brought him out.
That's what I said. Right? Yeah. This is what I just said. They're concentrating more on Mercedes Moné, since they're paying her a lot of money. She and Willow Nightingale, which they had a good match, but yeah, right. But the whole thing here is that instead of putting that spotlight on their world heavyweight champion, Swerve Strickland, they're looking more at Mercedes Moné in the spotlight than Swerve.
Well, all you're doing to me is you're just dulling the shine of your championship goal, because nobody even cares about it. If you're not going to care about your champion, nobody's going to care with you. So, I mean, they basically are digging him a hole without him having an opportunity to do anything. And that's really frustrating. Let me bring up one more thing. We're going to...
Well, it takes two to tango. There's no one there other than MJF right now to really stir up interest against Swerve Strickland. Swerve's a great champion, but unless you have that right challenger, the fever is not there.
MJF is the only guy that's going to get him over.
Well, hopefully,
if they're going to keep that title on him for a minute, MJF can get him over and get him to that point where it will be time for him to drop it. But for them to rush it and go, if MJF goes right in and takes it, then it just, I mean, great for MJF.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how AEW works. They book a match. They're all about that match for that night or for this week or that week. They're not about long-term planning and storytelling, and that hurts them. And especially in a case like this, because I think that will happen. I think MJF will come in and he'll probably take the title right off of Swerve.
Well, brother, like I said, there's people there that know this business, so they know what they're doing.
Let's hope so. All right, real quick.
MJF is coming in, though, Mac. MJF is coming in as a babyface. Strickland's a babyface. So it's going to be very interesting.
Well, MJF will come in as a babyface and a heel. He's a guy that you love to hate.
He is, and we'll always say that he is the bad guy. Even when you think he's being nice, he's playing you, and he's letting you know he's playing you.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.